Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and I'm not alone. I'm joined by Mr. Xeon.
Ah, it's me! Where did I come from?
You came from the Abyss, Xeon. We've had this discussion. And of course, our newest member, Mr. Felix.
Hello! I'm so glad to be here. I am not from the Abyss, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know.
No, you came from behind the sofa, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, actually, I think it was.
Yeah.
Really cozy back then.
All those years ago.
Trust me, the Abyss is a scary place.
So today we are going to be talking about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because it was recently revealed in the Nintendo Direct, the one in February, if you can remember that far back. I'm fairly certain it's still February. They announced that there's going to be a new Booster Course Pass DLC, which that's how they've written it down here in the trailer. That's a horrible way to describe it. Basically, a bumload of new courses released over, I think, 6 different waves. And there's 4, more than 4. What the hell am I talking about? There's 8 tracks in each. And that comes to a grand total, according to their numbers, of 48 new courses. And I feel like those maths don't add up, so I'm gonna double check. No, 6 times 8 is 6 times. Of course, 6 times 8 is 48.
It is 48.
I'm talking out me arse. Anyway, so yeah, 48 brand new courses. Well, we say brand new. That's actually a massive lie. Basically, you know, I think we should start off by saying I'm fairly confident that we're all thrilled that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting some new stuff, and that because we got the expansion pack, you know, at least we do, it's free for us, you know?
Yeah, that is kind of the cool thing about this is that now we're finally getting more value for the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, which a lot of people were, you know, disappointed in originally, because not everybody, I mean, even though lots of people play Animal Crossing, not everybody does, and so now, bam, now that has more value. But the other cool thing is, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think, if what I looked up is correct, the game has about 48 tracks currently. So this pass really
it
has 48.
It does. So yeah, this pass here really is doubling the amount of courses, and I think this game has been out long enough now that I don't want to say that we're bored of them, but I think it'd be, if someone said they were bored of these courses, I think that's completely valid. So having just a new mix it's great stuff.
I'm just really excited to see what courses are coming to the table. Because, you know, my first Nintendo Mario Kart game was on the DS, and there are so many courses that I just haven't seen that I would love to see back in Mario Kart 8.
And a lot of these new courses are indeed returning ones. In fact, as far as I know, they all are, but
I think they're all going to be returning. That's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to absolutely commit to that when I said it because I wasn't entirely sure.
I think
Well,
it is.
that's kind of the thing with this, is that there's so many kind of unknowns right now too. Like we know we're getting 48 courses. We know that the first wave is coming in March, and that they're all going to be here by the end of 2023. And you know, but as far as like the first 8, I suppose we don't really know what the rest is yet exactly. But and there's lots of numbers to remember with this DLC pass as well.
Yeah. But the main thing with this is that, yep, that's great. We just wanted to make that absolutely clear that we think that this is great. But there is a bit of a sour taste at the end of it. Because if you watch the if you watch the trailer, and I noticed this, I think maybe slightly subconsciously, I didn't actually notice it when watching it myself, but I noticed that things looked a bit different, and
It looked off.
Yeah, it's a bit off, and that's because a lot of these tracks, in fact, all of the ones that we've seen so far, I believe, with the exception of Coconut Mal, but there's a whole different story behind that. They are all returning from Mario Kart Tour to the point that people believe that they are basically being directly imported from Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game. And whilst, yeah, that's okay, it doesn't quite mesh in with the rest of the game. And I don't know about you guys, but, you know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the biggest Mario Kart game ever released. It's the biggest Switch game ever released. Could they really not have just gone through and, you know, put some fresh textures on there, or brought it up to the standard of the rest of the tracks? I mean, come on.
I what I think what happened here is really that, I think they were working on the next Mario Kart game, but, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just kept selling. So I think fairly recent they just made the call to, okay, we have a brand new Mario Kart for the next Nintendo console, and for this one we'll just port some courses over from Mario Kart Tour, and we'll mix it up a little bit, we'll add some lighting, all that stuff, but, it's mostly just a very last-minute decision. At least that's my point of view of this.
It does feel like this, if that's, the where we want to go with it, or at least, I think if we follow that path, I think that does kind of add up, because it feels like a pass like this should have released a long time ago. And I think it's fair to say that maybe Nintendo really was caught off guard by the fact that 8 Deluxe just kept selling, because when anyone tells me that is it the best-selling game on the Switch right now?
Yep.
Do either of you know?
Oh, yeah.
It is? Okay.
By far.
That
Whoa,
sounds
you
ridiculous.
Say by far, Animal Crossing is on its tail.
Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. I don't have the numbers, just believe me. Anecdotal statistics, the finest.
I will say that having 48 courses come over too is a massive number, but I completely agree with you guys too, that I think when you stop and stare at some of these courses, when you pause and you look around, the assets just don't look as detailed as the overall graphics of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I think that game has absolutely held up over the course of its life. Even on Wii U, it looked fantastic, and the Tokyo Tour level, I'm really excited to play, because I never played Tour at all.
No, I didn't play Tour either, so I'm also really excited to try these tracks.
Yeah, so yeah, it'll be exciting to go try these for first time players, I suppose. But yeah, it'd be like the trees. I'm looking at the trees in specific right now, and they look very kind of sad.
What is it with Nintendo published games and trees not being up to snuff?
I think what's really the big problem is, if this was just how the game released, it would more be like, okay, that's the art style, that's just how it is. But if you look at, the past courses, they just look so incredibly good. So it's just such a big downgrade, essentially, from the original art style. It's going to be really weird going from one course to another, in my opinion.
There is a small glimmer of hope, though. We've had it confirmed that there are going to be 48 new tracks released, and that's all fine and dandy. And that, you sort of think, oh, are they all going to be from Tour? And to be honest, that was my first reaction. But I looked it up. There are 39 courses in Mario Kart Tour. And that doesn't mean that they can't add, another 9 in the future. But right now, there are fewer courses in Mario Kart Tour than we've been promised for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So it's possible that we're going to be getting some brand new ones, or at least some, ones from prior games that aren't in Tour. And to lessen that number even further, there are some courses in Mario Kart Tour that are already in Mario Kart 8. Things like Royal Raceway and, please find another one, Alex, Yoshi Circuit. So there is definitely still, it's definitely not a set in stone thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is not a good sign that we're already seeing these courses just being flat out ported over. And considering the first wave is, it's pretty blinking soon, isn't it? Come on, trailer, get to the point where I can say it.
I think it's March 13th or 18th.
It's next month. I think it's 31 days to go as this recording.
Okay, right. So yeah, that sort of suggests...
That's a month.
Yeah, it sort of suggests that probably not going to get all the spit and polish we want by the time it comes out. And I doubt they would necessarily treat courses, sort of with different levels of care and attention. Every course is pretty much going to be the same. We also haven't seen any anti-grav sections, as far as I know. Please do correct us in the comments.
That's one of my biggest fears, is that just there's none. I really hope that they incorporate it in some of the tracks, but yeah, I don't know. I'm like 50% sure of that.
But do you know what the ultimate irony is? Is that in the primary graphic, the hero image as it's called, it has Mario, Luigi, and Peach all racing around on, a big sort of tiled thing of the courses using anti-grav.
I didn't notice this until you brought it up, but that's very unfortunate if none of these levels have that. You'd think someone at Nintendo would go like, oh, we can't do that. So maybe there will be hope that some of these tracks will have the anti-gravity.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
we want.
It's not confirmed by any stretch, but it is. I think if there is, stuff like anti-grav, or the courses are going to look better or something like that, and we're just looking at really, really old footage, I mean, it's really not a good look for Nintendo, unless they wanted people to come up with videos like this to drum up even more attention, but I think that's getting a little bit into conspiracy theory territory.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I think how it looks right now is what we essentially get, because, there's a month until the DLC comes out, and I don't think there's enough time for them. I could be totally wrong, but that's at least my guess.
I did want to point out as well. This has nothing to do with the quality of the tracks or anything at all. But in the U.S. version of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Pass trailer, if you skip to the 1 minute and 22 second mark, is where we get like the screen with all of like the price and the info and stuff like that. There's a Nintendo Switch logo in the top right corner, and it's actually covering up Toad, who is actually like in the key art.
Yes. I hadn't even seen that because I was looking at the trailer when I mentioned it before.
Totally, I understand. And so, like, there's only a portion where you see his wheels, and I actually had to go to like Nintendo's website to look at the full image. But I just love that he just like completely got cropped out.
It's like Mike Wazowski.
I was hoping someone would say it.
Yes.
Oh boy.
It's not Toad back there. It's Mike Wazowski. Just like Sneak. He was finally in Mario Kart, and they just covered him up.
He's the secret DLC, isn't he? They don't want to mention him, but yeah, he's in here. He's in there. You heard it here first, guys.
Speaking of DLC characters, I don't know how you all feel.
Speaking of Mike Wazowski.
Honestly, I'm a little disappointed that we haven't heard anything about new characters for this game either. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to go and race on all these new tracks, like you guys said. But I just wish that we got just even a few new characters, kind of like what they did in the Wii U era, or where when Deluxe came out. We got Splatoon characters, and it just, I don't know. It feels like there's so many missed opportunities here because Tour has all of these like Donkey Kong characters. There's like Dixie and Diddy, and I think Funky Kong is even in there too. And like Pauline, I think from most recently Mario Odyssey, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know why they haven't mentioned anything about that or offered, and maybe there will be a free character DLC pack down the road or something to kind of promote this pass more, Oh,
yeah, Nintendo could totally still do that, right? But it's always like, okay, we don't expect characters, and then Nintendo just does the complete opposite, and one of the waves just comes with a character.
I would love that.
I mean, to be honest, the entire concept of getting courses, this, sort of far on into the lifespan of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, is just baffling. Because, Mario Kart 8 came out in, was it 2014 or something like that?
It was so long ago, honestly.
I'm gonna tippity type away and find out.
I think you're right.
Mario Kart 8 came out in 2014. It's 8 years old.
But I think I know where you're going with this, though, right? It's just the fact that it's insane that we're actually getting DLC for this old of a game.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm so stoked for new DLC, just because...
Oh, me too.
I've been playing the same courses over and over again, and they are fantastic, but I'm just getting a bit bored, and it's just going to be so nice to play through Coconut Mall. It's just going to be amazing. Although the quality is not going to be as high, I don't think it's going to be as noticeable when driving around.
Sure.
Essentially.
Especially at 200cc.
You're going to have fun there.
I really hope they release 250cc with this.
Oh,
Don't do this to me, Alex.
Oh, actually, if you look at the key art on the Booster Course Pass, you can see essentially right besides Mario, right? There's the thing in the sky. There's a sky course, essentially. And the ground is different there than it is in the trailer.
Is it?
Yes, it is. The ground is like this brick, not brick, it's like the stone
sort of
terracotta
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but in the trailer, it's this orange stone path.
Oh, totally.
That's really weird.
So maybe they are still changing things up as we speak. I mean, that's weird.
That is really crackers. You know what? I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna interrupt the video. I'm gonna have a look on Mario Kart Tour now because I've got it downloaded on my phone. God damn it! It's not even in Mario Kart Tour, as far as I can tell. All this, I think that just goes to show that realistically, as much as it does look like, I mean, it looks like a Mario Kart Tour track. So it may well be that it has already been made. It just hasn't been released for Mario Kart Tour yet. But yeah, it's kind of highlighting that as disappointing and as, I think personally, as tactless a reveal as it was, at least for the, I mean, let's be honest, 0.001% of people who are, you know, sort of realistically of the fan base who is actually going to be upset about this. And that doesn't diminish that fact. But realistically, you know, millions of people have bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Most of them aren't going to bat an eyelid over this.
No. I mean, if I was a kid, I would never think twice. It's only because, you know...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so one thing that I'm really curious about is, so this pack retails for $24.99, at least here in the US, and it is also available through the Nintendo expansion pack, for Nintendo Switch Online. And I think a lot of people that already have that pass are going to look at this and be excited and kind of feel like they're getting this for free. But when in reality, you know, like for me, for example, I pay $80 a year for the Nintendo Switch Online family membership because I split it with some family and some friends, and that makes sense for us. But now what that means in turn is that if I want to keep using these courses and I want to keep using them with my friends and family and let them use it, we're just basically paying $80 for the rest of the Nintendo Switch's life. Plus, let's keep in mind that Nintendo could, of course, come up with an even more special version of Nintendo Switch Online that charges or that costs us even more money. Nintendo making the decision to put more content in this older game that so many people have is sort of, in a way, potentially guaranteeing that people will continue paying for the Nintendo Switch Online membership over and over again. So I'm curious to see how many people are actually planning to buy this DLC pack like outright for the $25, or how many are going to have it through the Nintendo Switch Online membership, or if they're going to sign up for the expansion pack membership. So like, be sure to let us know in the comments below, like how you're hoping or planning to play this DLC.
I think I'm still going to buy it. I don't have the expansion pack, and I just feel like I'm renting it. And let's say if I want to play with my kids one day, then I would have to keep having the expansion pack, where I would just rather just buy it for 25. To my experience at least, it's still not justifiable by the expansion pass. I mean, it's totally fine that you know, we have different opinions, and
it's the Game Pass argument as well, isn't it? I love Game Pass, but
I love Game Pass too.
At the same time, there are some games like Halo Infinite where I've bought the disc and I've realized the disc has almost nothing on it afterwards.
Oh no, really?
I bought the disc. And I want, you know, I want to own that physically. I want to be able to hold on to it. And I don't want it to, in theory, disappear because they change, you know, how Game Pass works. And I know Halo is a terrible example for that because it's a first-party Microsoft title. It's going to be on Game Pass ad infinitum. But even so, you know, there are so many other games. Like, I really wanted to get a physical copy of Psychonauts 2. And I can't. It's just not available because of I mean, you know, it's the way that they did it. But even so, I want to own that. I want to be able to just, in, you know, 30 years' time, go, you know what I fancy playing? Psychonauts 2. God, how is this game only 60 frames a second? And, you know, sort of, you know, the way that things have moved on by
Why
then.
is it not 120 frame? What the bollocks is this?
The bollocks. Right, so there you have it. I'm still looking forward to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course DLC extra buy this new pack 48 brand spankers pass. But at the same time, yeah, I was super excited when I first saw it, and it has kind of, you know, sort of coming to terms with this has kind of taken the edge off a bit, which is disappointing. We don't know what the future's going to hold, but for the time being, you know, I'm perhaps a little bit more reserved than I was.
Yes, I was totally the same. I saw it was like, whoa, 48 courses. Then looking over the trailer again, it started to be a bit more apparent that these are essentially going to be very different than, you know, the normal tracks. which is a bit disappointing. But it's 48 tracks for $25. I'll take it any day.
Well, there you have it. Those are our thoughts on the current situation regarding the Mario Kart 8 Booster Pass Tour 2 Tour Double 48 Whammy Pack. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you boost towards that subscribe button and then realize it's lower poly than you thought. And be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
You know, I wonder if Felix would be happy with Kiddy Kong being in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
I need it now. I'm just gonna lose sleep over it. I need Kiddy Kong in Mario Kart right now.